Hello, in this video I'm going to go through a install of the GNS3 virtual machine and actually of GNS3 itself. So you can do this two different ways. You can install your virtual machine at the same time as your GNS3. So if you're in a Windows box, which this is a Windows box, as you can see, you got the start menu, fantastic. The news, there he comes. Anyway, the first step is to install virtualization software. In this case, I'm going to use VMware. I know I have badmouthed VMware in the past, but here we are. It's got KVM support, so therefore it will be ideal for this deployment because we need KVM support for gns3vm. So I'm downloading VMware. Again, I'm going to VMware's website. I don't think the the version will matter all that much. Downloads, free product downloads. I don't like the, makes me feel like a beggar or something, but we'll get it. Workstation player is what we need because I don't have a version otherwise. So I'm going to try workstation player for Windows. I want the free one, and making sure I get the free one. Yes, so that's the free one. I think it's going to ask me to download other stuff. The other thing I'm going to need, which I already have, and I'll have a link to it. Let me bring it up in my drive. I can't really right click on that. Well, let's go back. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna have a link to the VMnet configure utility. In actuality, I do already have it on this hard drive, so I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel here. I'll send you a link to download it. That's this tool right here, the VMnet cfg.exe. As you can see, I already have downloaded the VMware player. I wonder if they have a different version. Unconfirmed download. It will probably turn that into a 1 once it's downloading. So I'm going to stop the download. I already have it right here. So through the magic of not really internet editing, I am going to install VMware player or VMware player. I guess they call it Workstation Player now. Yes, VMware Workstation Player. Again, standard configuration, pretty much accept all defaults. Here it is, next. Not that exciting, really. Let's not kill myself with that. Sure. Not really. Yes, I'll need that, though. Install. All right, we'll let that install. And then also when you download the VMnet config.exe, you're going to need to either copy or move that over to the install directory since I accepted the default. The default install directory is going to be program files x86, VMware. It's not happy that I'm clicking on a folder that it's currently writing and reading from quite a bit. So let's double click on it again. There, VMware player, and it's going to go right into this directory right here. Control V. I already has one because I didn't when I uninstalled it, didn't really delete it. So you're going to copy it into that directory. I'll say skip for now, and what I'll do is I'm going to create a shortcut to that file, and I'm going to put it on my taskbar here. So VMnet config, I'll pin it to the taskbar. There it is for future use. This now wants my attention. That's why it's orange. I'm going to hit finish. There I am. It is up and running. All right. So we downloaded the VMware player. We've VMware Workstation Player. We've installed it. The other thing you want to download is GNS3. In this semester, we are going to be using GNS 2.25. They just upgraded to it just at the start of the semester. I think I have a login. Yeah, you don't have to log in. But I'm going to download, and here's 2.25. We can download that. It's going to say what version. In this case, it'd be Windows. I also have that downloaded. We can call it through the magic of internet. While it's downloading, let's configure our VM network. Also, through the instructions, I'll have this checklist, which is on my Google Drive right here. Let's view it. I'm going to double click on it, and you can copy paste this over to a notepad or whatever you want. But you're going to notice that you're going to need a couple networks. This is DHCP NAT, actually, is a better way to put it. It's going to be at the running NAT. So we're going to have to create this network. It's a 10.16.2 with a gateway of 10.16.2.2. And the only reason why we have such an awkward gateway is because that's what VMware does, and you can't really change it. So I'm going to click on that tool. Again, the tool itself is located in the C program files, VMware, VMware Player, vmnet.exe is right there. This is just a shortcut to that very file right there. So I'm going to click on it, and it's going to load up, and there I am. Now, we need a private network, or a host-only network, if you will, of 10.16.2. And we're going to need a NAT network. Here's a NAT network. It doesn't really matter. In this case, I have a 162. That's, I think, a leftover kind of config. I put it there, 162, CIT 162. So let me change settings so it gives myself administrative access. There we go. It's going to reload. Now with administrative access. And here's the network we're going to have to create. So let me remove it. Somehow it kept these settings. Even when I uninstalled it, I should have went through and removed it. But we're fine with this. Okay, this is going to be the NAT. Don't really need to change this too much. You don't have to set an IP. You can use the default NAT, what's already there. What we need to create is a new network that's got that private network of IP 10.16.2 because the gns3vm is going to have an IP address of 10.16.2.150. No DHCP. It's statically assigned. So we need to create that network so it can communicate on that subnet. So I just used, again, trying to stick to a pattern, VMnet 16, so I'd remember. I hit OK. It's going to auto-generate a subnet, which is annoying, but that's life. There it goes. It gave it 192.168. I don't like that. I don't like using a DHCP server. Connect a host virtual adapter to this network. That is fine. So VM16 will be attached to it. And I'm going to make it 10.16. I thought I hit dot. And I just want to take that one out. And then .2. Notice it only wants the subnet. So this is just the subnet. I can't change the network adapter. It's quite annoying, but one of the reasons why I love VMware. So I'm going to hit apply. I think that's all correct. I'm going to double check my memory. I turned DHCP off. It's host only. I love it. I'm going to hit apply. It has to stop and restart everything. And there we go. Okay. DHCP is not enabled there. That's NAT. So there you go. Okay, now we've created our networks. We're going to have to create our private machine. While that's running, there's a couple other downloads we got to do, and some big downloads. As you can see, wink, wink, nod, nod, say no more. Terry Jones, rest in peace. We have gns3 downloaded, 2.25. And while I'm at it, I also downloaded. This is the one from their web server, by the way, the default one without any devices or projects configured in it, pre-configured. So don't use that, but that's what those are. I was playing with it, just checking the settings. This is what you need to download right here. I'm going to send you a link to that. It's on my Google Drive. The fine folks at Google will not be happy because here it is, and it is a rather large file. Hey, they gave me 200 gig of storage. I might as well use it. This file is quite large. It won't do that. View details. That's what I wanted. It's going to be 5 gig. So it's a rather large file that's going to take a little while to either upload or download. I'm not going to make you watch that. So here it is. I got them zipped up to help save a little bit of space. And it really is just a little bit of space. So we'll uncompress these. I'm in Windows, so I'm going to copy them from the zip, and I'm going to paste them in here. Actually, where I'm going to paste them is where I like to paste them. Documents, VMs, VMware. Here's that. We're going to delete this. This is the old one left over from before, my experiments. So what I did was I created a folder called VMs under Documents. I created VMware. because I have multiple virtual machines, I have multiple software. This is the way I personally organize it. But you're going to put it somewhere where your VMs are normally stashed, right? I think we've had enough virtualization experience now that we shouldn't be too surprised that VMs just have hard drives on our hard drive. And I'm going to paste those over. And it's going to take a while, okay, because it's 5 gig. And it's uncompressing too, so there's multiple steps there. So we'll let that run. And while that's running, so we have a checkbox here. This is all the stuff that I need to do. Unzip, place VM files in VM folder, open VM player. So we're going to create a new VMware player. So let's open up VMware. While I'm at it, I'm going to click and drag, pin it over here. And also while I'm at it, I don't have it here, so I'm going to put PowerShell. Oops. Type here, PowerShell. Hello, type here, PowerShell. Thank you. 5th time's a charm. Let's collect PowerShell and bring that over. Or not. Sometimes it wants to be right-click, sometimes it doesn't. Pin to taskbar. There we go. Alright, cool. I got all my tools done here. So let's bring up VMware. And I have those hard drives copying over. What I want to do is make a new virtual machine. I'm going to say I will install the operating system later. Next. I'm going to tell it's Linux. It is actually Ubuntu, so it's Ubuntu server, but it's Ubuntu, so we'll select that. We're going to call it gns3vm. I'm going to change the default location, so this is where you would have put those hard drives to make your life easier, because that's where they belong in a way. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go click on VMs where I put it, VMware GNS3. Okay. As you see, it changed the path. I'm going to hit next. Appears to contain an existing virtual machine. Would you like to continue with this location? Yes. All right. Again, single file versus multiple files. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to accept their hard drive. We're going to delete it immediately. So what I did was I just accepted whatever and I hit next. I'm going to customize hardware. So this is me customizing the hardware, and this is where we get back to this little checklist, which I'll put over here and make my life a little bit easier, I think. And so I can go back and forth. All right. Memory. You can get away with 2 gig. I would prefer 4 gig. So if you got the memory, give it. Okay. Hand it over. Stand and deliver. Give it a maximum 4 gig. All right. Processors, I kept it at 1 just to keep it simple. I haven't played down to 4 processors yet. Network adapters. We got NAT. That's good. We needed NAT. That needs to be the second drive, though. So let's change this one over to VMnet 16. Okay. And then I'm going to do a new network card. So I clicked Add. And I'm going to click Network Adapter. And hit Finish. And now here's my NAT, which is my second card. Awesome. Notice it doesn't have a hard... Alright, we don't need this. We don't need a CD-ROM. Get rid of that. Don't need a sound card. Let's get rid of that. Let's make our lives easy, not harder. We don't really need... let's not turn off acceleration. Now I'm doing things I haven't done before because, you know, my life is adventurous. Let's make it 800 by 600. Again, trying to save on memory and cause efficiency. We don't need USB, so let's remove USB. And then we need hard drives. So we're going to do, can we do hard drives here? That's scuzzy. All right, so let's just hit close and finish it because it's going to put the hard drives in afterwards. And there it is. Now, before we start it, we're going to hit Edit Virtual Machine. Now we can get to the hard drives. I'm going to remove the one they put in there. I'm going to add 2 more that already exist. So hard disk, that's what I was looking for before. Hit Next. Sure, scuzzy, that's what floats your boat. That's what we'll use. Use an existing virtual disk. Hopefully by now those are done copying over. Exciting. Here they are. As you can see, by the way, this is the other one that it created. We don't need it, but I'll just leave it there for now. That's the one it created, and I just took off, right? What we're going to do is use those existing disks we just copied over, 001 and 002. So we're going to tell it to go to Documents, VMs. This is where I copied it over. We're going to use disk 1 as the first disk. So I'm using the freeware version, and I'm limited to 15 minutes. So this will be the end of video 1. I'll pick up in video 2. See you in video 2.